Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Angie. You are looking right now at a shawl that I made. I call it Fiesta flower triangle shawl. It's crochet and you see the detail is very easy and quick to make. So it's a very good idea as a gift for Mother's Day, for a special day for the women that we love. Okay, and actually I have another one in progress, which is I used up it's not done yet, and I still have a shawl in a cake by Lion brand in Feng Shui Gray. Alright, so we are going to make this shawl. And I made here a swatch for us to follow. And by the way, you can use either the Lion brand, it's a wrap, or no, Red Heart, it's a wrap, and Lion brand shawl in a cake, or any of your fingering yarn. This is a fingering yarn or a sport weight yarn. Okay, so for now we're gonna make we will use this yarn and our size J hook. Alright, okay, so there's 2 rows that we will repeat. The first row is our 3 double crochet, 3 chain, 3 double crochet, all in the same space. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do first. Okay, you can start with a knot or you can just do what I do. Right, so let's make 3 chains. So I do like this. That's my first chain, second, third. Okay, and then we make 2 double crochets at the beginning of our chain. So I like to twist in such a way that my tail end will be in the center or in the middle of my yarn, the loops that I pull. Okay, so pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's our second double crochet, and you do that by yarning over. Insert your hook right there in that loop. Okay, pull a loop and then pull through 2, pull through 2 again, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, make another 3 double crochets right in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's our first row. So we tag our tail, and that makes our beginning neat and tight. Okay, all right, so the next row, all right, basically that's what we did. 3 DCs, 3 chains, and 3 DCs in the same space. Now when we turn around, we make this cluster of 3 double crochet, front post double crochets, and 3 chain single crochet over here, and then another 3 chain, and our cluster of 3 double crochets at the end. Always begin and end your row with a cluster of 3 front post double crochet in this row. All right, okay, again we chain, we turn, and then we chain 3. 1, 2. That's considered as our first front post double crochet, and we make a cluster of 3. So to do your front post double crochet, you yarn over, and insert your hook right behind that stitch, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and keep the last stitch in your hook. Okay, another yarn over, insert to the back, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 3 stitches here, yarn over, pull through those stitches. So that's our cluster of 3 front post double crochets. Okay, now next is chain 3. In the pattern, you will see that our cluster as FPDC 3 tog, or front post double crochet 3 together. Alright, so please don't be confused. That's the same cluster of 3 and front post double crochet 3 together. Alright, after chaining 3, we single crochet in our 3 chain space from the previous row, and then another chain 3, and at the end we make another cluster of 3 front post double crochets. Two, and the last. Okay, and then we yarn over and pull through all those stitches in your hook. So that's how it looks now after our second row. Alright, next is our third row. The third row is we make these 3 double crochets, 3 chain 3 double crochets in one space twice, and we single crochet here on top of our single crochet from the previous row. Alright, so we do this and this. Alright, let's go ahead and make that. We chain 3 first, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so if you see in our previous row, we have this last chain, this one. At the end, that's where we put our 2 more double crochets, 3 chains, and 3 double crochets, all in that same space over here. Alright, so we yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our second double crochet. Yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, chain 3, and then another 3 double crochets in that same space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we single crochet on top of this single crochet from the previous row, and then another 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 3 double crochets, all in the same space. Okay, if you see our chain, beginning chain from the previous row, we chained there as our first front post double crochet. We put our 3 DCs, 3 chains, 3 DCs right at the end of the chain, right over here. Okay, alright, so pull a loop there, double crochet, and then 2 more, that's the third. Now we chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we do 3 double crochets again in that same space. Alright, so we did 2 of those 3, 3, 3. Okay, alright, next is we do cluster of 3, and then 3 chains, single crochet in our 3 chain space, and then 3 chain again, And then next is our cluster of 6, which is this. That's our cluster of 6. And then we repeat the chaining 3, single crochet, chain 3, and cluster of 3. Alright, let's do that. Okay, we turn and chain 3. Again, this chain is considered as our first front post double crochet. We are making cluster of 3. Okay, we yarn over and insert your hook right behind the double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, and keep the last stitch in your hook, and do another one. Okay, 3. Alright, and then we chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then single crochet on the 3 chain space. After that is another 3 chains. And now we will make our cluster of 6 right over here. Okay, we make 1, yarn over, insert to the back, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and keep the last. And do the same to the 3rd, and then the 4th. And then 5th. Okay, now we have 7 stitches in our hook. 2, 4, 6, 7. This is our beginning stitch, the end of our chain, and then our 6 front post double crochets. So we will see this in our pattern as FPDC 6 dog, or I call it cluster of 6 front post double crochets. Okay, so what I do here, because this last stitch has the tendency to get inserted inside the rest of the stitches, so what I do is I anchor my middle finger right there and yarn over and pull through all those stitches, and then I go back to where my finger is and then tag a little bit, yarn over, and slip stitch. Okay, so that's my cluster of 6, or FPDC 6 together. Alright, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we chain 3 again. And then at the end is our cluster of 3 front post double crochets. 1, keep the last stitch in your hook, and then that's the 2nd, and then the last. Okay, so now I have 4 stitches, my beginning, last of my chain here, and my 3 cluster of 3. Alright, so I'll just pull that, and that's my cluster of 3. So that's our 4th row. Okay, so even row, you start with cluster of 3, and then our cluster of 6 is the one that we multiply as we go along, and always end it with cluster of. Okay, we end it with cluster of 3. Okay, in the next round, that's our odd round, we multiply again. We do the 3, 3, 3 this time 4 times. Okay, so this one. So you will never lose the first, the second you have 2, the third you have 3, the fourth you have 4. Okay, so let's do that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Consider this our first double crochet, and we make 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, so we have 3 plus the chain, and then 3 chains, and then another 3 DCs right in that same space. 1, 2, and 3. And then we single crochet right here in that single crochet from the previous row. And then we make another 3 DCs, 3 chains, 3 DCs on top of our cluster of 6 right here. So since we do a slip stitch, so it's gonna be tight. So the first time is a little struggle, but the second time is not as much. All right, so that's the first. Two and 3, and then we chain 3, and then make 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then we single crochet on top of our single crochet from the previous row. And then again, the last, we make 3 DCs, 3 chains, 3 DCs right at the end of our beginning chain of the previous row, right here. Okay, we make 3 DCs, 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, then make another 3 DCs, 2, and 3. Alright, so now we have that 3. Okay, on the next row, we make cluster of 6 2 times. Okay, still we start with cluster of 3, cluster of 6, cluster of 6, cluster of 3. So of course in between those clusters are our chain 3, and single crochet, then chain 3. Alright, let's do that. We turn and we chain 3. That's our first front post double crochet for our cluster of 3. And this is the second and the third. We have 3 stitches there, and we yarn over and pull all through those stitches. Chain 3, single crochet in the 3 chain space, and another chain 3. Now we make cluster of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So make sure you have 7 stitches, the end of your chain, last chain, and then your cluster of 6. You put your finger right there and yarn over and pull through all those stitches. And then you go back to where your finger was, tug a little bit. Make sure you don't break your yarn though. Okay, and then substitch. Chain 3, single crochet, another chain 3, and then another cluster of 6 front post double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, anchor your middle finger there to secure your last stitch, and tag a little bit and substitch, and then chain 3, 2, and 3. you single crochet in the 3 chain space, another chain 3, and then cluster of 3 front post double crochets at the end. So always remember the cluster of 3s at the beginning and the end of our row. Alright, so that's how it looks like now. So you can increase the cluster of 6 as many as you want until you get the desired length of your shawl. Okay, so that's it for now. I guess I will be writing the pattern in the description below, so feel free to read it and share if you want. And while you are there, please subscribe to my channel and push that like button too. Okay, I will appreciate it. Okay, I will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching. Bye now.